Wydeck here with Game 3 of the 2013 CPL Championships Final. And on Newkirk Precinct, in the bottom left, spawning as the blue Protoss, we've got InvitusGaming's Jim. And he's got a tall order as he's down 2-0 in a best of 5 to the Red Terran spawning in the bottom right. We have Prime's MarineKing. So Jim is going for an early probe. The probe is scooting across the map immediately and puts down a proxy pylon. So it looks like Jim is tired of playing the standard macro games. He's going to be going for some sort of very early aggression, maybe a double gate, zealot attack. While MarineKing chooses to once again put his supply depot not at the ramp, but very close to his command center. He's going to be going for barracks first, so at least it's not a command center on the low ground or on the high ground. He's going to have a barracks. The gateway is warping in. Jim is down 2-0, so he's going to have some very aggressive tactics, I guess, to open up Game 3. Try and finish this off quickly. Try to get some momentum back, as both macro games did not go his way. Jim has an assimilator and a pylon warping in his main base, while the refinery is completed for MarineKing, rather. And he has 3 SCVs on gas. The barracks is now complete. Is he going to be training a Reaper? Is he going for the Reaper Scout? No, he's going for the reactor. Once again, he's going for the reactor. Interesting. In the first game, in the first game, MarineKing went for the reactor first and went for double Reapers and went to harass. And eventually that led to his victory. So he's going to be going for the reactor first again, building the second supply depot, touching his command center, his orbital command again. And this first zealot is going to be running back to the gateway. Now with 2 zealots, Jim is going to be rushing in. He's got the cybernetics core done now. Warping in a stalker. The zealots are at the ramp. There are no units out now. MarineKing's reactor's under heavy attack. Is he going to pull SCVs off the line to repair it? Otherwise, he's going to lose one of these Reapers. And the reactor is under attack. The SCVs are under attack. The 2 zealots are chopping away with their side blades. The SCVs are trying to run away. The zealots are going to go back to the reactor. Got 2 Reapers coming out of the barracks really soon, but has to be careful here. If this reactor goes down, okay, both Reapers are able to come out. They're able to deal some damage to the zealots, but they're not that good against the stalker. One of the Reapers is going to go into the bunker. It's done a lot of damage here. If you take a look at resources lost, MarineKing is really behind, is able to finally pick off 1 zealot. As I mentioned before, there goes the other Reaper. As I mentioned before, Reapers are not very good against stalkers, and there's 2 stalkers in 1 Marine and 1 very damaged Reaper. The Marine goes down. The Reaper's going to hide in the bunker, but unfortunately, the Stalker has much more range and is going to be taking pot shots at all the SCVs. At the same time, there's 7 SCVs already killed at this point. This lone Marine is trying to do everything that he can. This gateway is still pumping out Stalkers. This SCV train and the lone Marine are able to scare away that Stalker, but the second Stalker is not at the ramp, dealing damage to the SCVs. 2 Marines are out. 1 Marine is finally picked off. But there's still 2 Stalkers destroying the SCVs and the Marines at the ramp. The Reaper is fully healed up, so now he's going to join the fight, able to destroy 1 Stalker, and able to scare away the second one. But another second Stalker is able to join the fray. 1 Stalker goes down. This Marine is finally going to be destroyed. This Reaper is doing damage to the Stalker. This SCV line is finally going to get pulled back. And that was a major victory for Jim. As if you take a look at resources lost, well, actually, it's about even, but in reality, even though the resources lost look even, you have to bear in mind that MarineKing was not mining. He lost a lot of SUVs, and he lost a lot of mining time, so it's not just that. Plus, the resources lost are heavily in the economic side, as MarineKing lost 9 SCVs. Not 9 Marines, but SCVs. So it's going to be very difficult for MarineKing to get back into this game. I just don't think he can do it. The Reaper's going to go in for the scout. Doesn't see the Nexus. The Marine is able to run into the bunker. This barracks is under attack. The Reaper is going to bounce back. And while all this is going on, Jim, behind all this, is going to be warping in 3 gateways. Going to be applying more pressure. Never let the foot off the gas pedal. Just keep pressuring your opponent. When you have an advantage, just keep pushing. And it's very peculiar. He didn't focus down that one very damaged zealot or stalker. He was able to finally finish it off, but the stalker got a couple more shots in than it usually would have. And now this attack is going to get cleaned up. Finally, there's no units in MarineKing's base, and then he's going to focus down on the pylon, on his proxy pylon. But Jim has built a substantial lead. Even though he's lost more resources, like I said, he didn't lose any probes. And MarineKing's behind. The supplies slightly favor Jim, and this gateway he's going to leave behind. I'm not sure if that's a very good move because this probe is coming in. And this probe might be able to put down, well, he puts down one proxy pylon behind the vents, but he might be able to put down another pylon here and activate this gateway again. But I think MarineKing thinks that his only way of winning is to attack now. The Reaper Scout sees a mothership core at the ramp. The Marines are a little bit behind the Reaper. This line of 8 Marines and 1 Reaper versus 1 mothership core that has enough energy for the Nexus cannon, and it's going to go down immediately. The Reaper is scared away, and now MarineKing has to wait until the Nexus cannon goes away, and that's going to give Jim a lot of time to build up. He's got about a 20 supply advantage. I'm not sure how MarineKing can come back from this. He's getting his second command center up, and like I said before, there's that proxy pylon. It comes back and is going to activate that gateway. Stalker's being warped in, and now this is going to be lights out for MarineKing. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about this as he doesn't have very many units at home. 2 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and 2 Zealots. You got the 2-2-2 team in here chomping away at these Marines. And the bunkers were salvaged, so now they have nowhere to run into. MarineKing's going to try and waddle back to base. But the units are already at the ramp, at the natural, picking away at stray Marines, and these Marines are not even going to do anything. They're just going to die to focus fire. More and more Zealots, and Jim is doing a proxy pylon jumping. As you can see, these pylons are going down everywhere. The game was paused momentarily by MarineKing. That's not going to help him. This Reaper is going to get picked off. And these 9 Marines are going to do everything they can. The Marauder really wants to get out. They can do a lot of damage to the Stalkers. It's burning down. The Zealots are finally going to pick it off, so no Marauders. All these Marines are finished off. This big band of Stalkers, all 9 of them. And more reinforcements. I think this is going to be over. MarineKing is doing everything that he can. He has 2 mines in his base. The mines are going to get some decent connections here. Able to destroy a sentry and get some splash damage on the Zealot. Some SCVs are being pulled offline. All SCVs are being pulled off the line. The Marines and Marauders are doing everything that they can. They have stim, so they can do a lot of damage. These Stalkers are taking a lot of fire. And the mines are going down as well. The mine is able to take down one Stalker, but there's still so many Zealots and Stalkers. And behind all this, Jim is not letting the foot off the gas pedal. He's warping in more and more units. The Marines and Marauders doing everything they can. They got medevacs. The mines are going to re-burrow themselves, try to get into a better position. But remember now, how many miners, how many SCVs does MarineKing have? 1. And he can't train any. He doesn't even have 50 minerals. MarineKing's going to go for a drop of his own with 2 medevacs. Jim's going to clean up the base, so he can't do much here. Going to try and base race, but you can't base race if the opponent is at your base and you're still half a map away. Not a great base race strategy, but MarineKing is going for broke. He's behind by 50 supply. I don't think he can pull this off. He's going to dump off at the main. And the 5 Stalkers reinforcers should be able to clean this up. The probes are running away, and the mines are going to plant themselves. With that Nexus cannon, those Marines are very, very easily taken care of. The mines are shooting down the probes. But MarineKing even with that nice Widow Mine hit, killing 5 probes, MarineKing obviously knows he's in a horrible position. He's doing everything that he can. He doesn't want to give up. But all these stalkers are going to put an end to a sweep. Jim decisively defeats MarineKing in a do-or-die Game 3. Is able to do that. He puts down the cheesy gateway and does a 2 Zealot attack. And MarineKing did not scout it out. He was not ready for it. And ever since that point, MarineKing was behind the 8 ball. So good job by Jim. And we're going to head to Game 4.